Life is like a vast garden. Every choice we make is like planting a seed. Some seeds grow into strong trees, others into delicate flowers, and some never grow at all. The difference lies in how we nurture them. Every seed needs attention, care, and patience. Wealth in life works the same way. Many people think wealth is only money. But true wealth is freedom, purpose, knowledge, happiness, and the ability to create the life you desire. Just like a gardener tends to the soil, waters the plants, and removes weeds, you must tend to your life. You must plant the right seeds, nourish them, and give them time to grow. This book is a guide to becoming a wealthy gardener of your life. It is about discovering your calling, understanding your desires, and learning how to grow them into abundance. It is about cultivating the right mindset, practicing discipline, and patiently nurturing your efforts until they bear fruit. As we move into the first part, Seeds of Wealth, we will begin with the very start of this journey. We will explore how to recognize your calling, awaken your desires, and plant the first seeds that will eventually grow into a life of prosperity and fulfillment. This is where your garden begins. Part 1. Seeds of Wealth. Every great garden starts with seeds. No matter how fertile the soil, nothing grows until a seed is planted. In life, these seeds are your ideas, desires, and ambitions. They are the beginning of your journey toward wealth and fulfillment. Before a seed can grow, it needs care, patience, and the right environment. The same is true for your dreams. Planting a seed is not enough. You must nourish it with focus, discipline, and consistent effort. Every small action you take adds to the growth of your future. In this part, we explore the first steps of building your wealth garden. We begin by understanding your inner calling, identifying what truly matters to you, and discovering the desires that will motivate you to take action. We will learn how to attract opportunities, define your purpose, and recognize the price you must pay for your dreams. The journey starts with understanding yourself. It begins with planting the first seeds of wealth, and there is no better place to start than with your calling. Chapter 1. The Calling. Every journey toward wealth and fulfillment begins with a calling. Deep inside, there is a quiet voice, a gentle tug, or a restless feeling that something more is possible. It is subtle at first, easy to ignore, but impossible to ignore forever. That inner call is your invitation to plant your first seed. Most people live their lives responding to circumstances rather than listening to their calling. They follow routines, expectations, and societal norms without questioning whether it aligns with their true desires. The wealthy gardener, however, knows that the path to abundance begins with self-awareness. To recognize your calling, you must pause, reflect, and tune into your inner voice. The calling is not always clear. Sometimes it comes as a dream you cannot forget. Sometimes it is a problem you feel compelled to solve, or a skill you are naturally drawn to develop. It might be as simple as wanting financial freedom, or as profound as wanting to make a meaningful difference in the world. Whatever form it takes, your calling points to the seeds you are meant to plant. Ignoring the calling leads to frustration. It creates a sense of emptiness even when life seems comfortable. But answering it brings energy, clarity, and purpose. The first step is to acknowledge that you have a calling and that it matters. You must give yourself permission to pursue it, even if the path is uncertain. Answering the call requires courage. The world is full of voices that tell you to wait, to settle, or to follow the crowd. Listening to your calling often means stepping into discomfort, taking risks, and challenging familiar habits. But the discomfort is temporary, and the rewards are lasting. Every successful gardener knows that the first planting is always the hardest. Once you identify your calling, the next step is commitment. A seed left on the surface will never grow. It must be planted, nurtured, and protected. In life, this means taking deliberate actions that align with your inner desires. It means setting goals, developing habits, and preparing for challenges that will inevitably arise. Your calling also reveals your strengths. It shows you the areas where your energy flows naturally, where your talents can be used most effectively. By following it, you are not just chasing wealth for its own sake. You are creating value for yourself and for the world around you. Your calling becomes the foundation upon which your garden of life will flourish. Finally, remember that the calling is personal. It does not look the same for everyone. Comparison is the enemy of growth. What excites one person may feel irrelevant to another. Respect your unique path and honor the seeds that are meant for you. In the next chapter, we will explore the seed of desire. Desire is the fuel that transforms your calling into action. Without it, even the clearest calling remains dormant. By learning to cultivate desire, you give your seeds the energy they need to take root and grow into a life of abundance. Chapter 2. The Seed of Desire. Every calling in life needs fuel, and that fuel is desire. Desire is the energy that transforms a thought into action, a vision into reality. Without desire, a calling remains just a whisper, a seed that never grows. It is desire that pushes you to take the first step, overcome obstacles, and persist even when the path seems unclear. Desire is not selfishness. It is not greed. It is clarity about what you truly want and the willingness to pursue it with focus and discipline. A small, clearly defined desire can grow into great achievements over time. The wealthy gardener understands that desire must be nurtured carefully, just like a seed needs sunlight, water, and rich soil. The first step in cultivating desire is awareness. You must ask yourself what truly matters to you. What excites you even in small ways? What are the dreams you keep returning to, no matter how busy or distracted you become? Awareness transforms vague wishes into real desires that can guide your actions. Next comes clarity. Desire grows stronger when it is specific. Wanting to be wealthy is too broad. Wanting financial freedom, the ability to spend time with your family, or the means to create opportunities for others is more precise. Clear desire provides direction. It tells you where to focus your energy, time, and resources. Once desire is clear, it must be committed to action. Desire alone is not enough. It is the first spark, not the finished fire. You must act, even in small steps, to feed the momentum. Every action reinforces the desire, making it more tangible and more powerful. A wealthy gardener does not just dream. He waters the seeds, removes the weeds, and prepares the ground for growth. Desire also attracts. The universe responds to focused energy. When your desire is strong, consistent, and aligned with purpose, opportunities begin to appear. You notice solutions, resources, and pathways that were invisible before. This is the principle that some call the law of attraction. Desire, when combined with clarity and action, has a magnetic power. But desire alone is not enough. It must be disciplined and aligned with values. Many people desire wealth, success, or recognition. But without discipline, these desires fade under the pressure of daily life. A strong desire requires habits, persistence, and sacrifice. It grows when you consistently invest effort, even when motivation wanes. Finally, desire is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. It transforms intention into reality, possibility into achievement. By understanding your desires, you set the stage for focused effort, disciplined growth, and meaningful success. Desire is the water that nourishes the seeds planted by your calling. In the next chapter, we will explore the law of attraction. Here, we will see how your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions work together to draw opportunities toward your desire. Understanding this law allows you to align your inner world with your outer goals, making your seeds grow faster and stronger. Chapter 3. The Law of Attraction. Once you have recognized your calling and cultivated desire, the next principle to understand is the law of attraction. This law is simple in concept, but powerful in practice. It states that the energy you emit through your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs attracts similar energy back into your life. What you focus on grows. What you ignore diminishes. Your mind is like a magnet. If you dwell on fear, scarcity, or failure, you unconsciously draw circumstances that reflect those thoughts. Conversely, if you focus on abundance, opportunity, and possibility, you attract situations and people that align with those ideals. The wealthy gardener understands that his thoughts are seeds, and he tends to them carefully, removing doubts and negativity. Belief is the foundation of attraction. Without belief, desire alone cannot manifest. You must truly believe that your goals are possible and that you are capable of achieving them. Skepticism, self-doubt, and worry act like weeds in the garden, choking the growth of your dreams. Cultivating a positive, confident mindset clears the path for opportunities to enter your life. Visualization is another powerful tool. Picture your goals as if they have already happened. Imagine the freedom, the joy, and the satisfaction that comes with achieving them. This mental rehearsal prepares your mind and body to recognize and act upon opportunities when they appear. Visualization strengthens focus, sharpens decision-making, and aligns your energy with your desires. Emotion amplifies attraction. Positive emotions like gratitude, excitement, and joy create high-frequency energy that attracts abundance. Negative emotions like fear, envy, and frustration create low-frequency energy that repels growth. The wealthy gardener pays attention not only to thoughts, but also to feelings, knowing that emotions fuel action and influence outcomes. Action is essential. The law of attraction is not magic. It does not replace effort. Instead, it magnifies the results of deliberate, consistent action. Opportunities appear, but you must be ready to act on them. Momentum builds when desire, belief, visualization, and action work together. The seeds you have planted respond to your care and effort, growing steadily toward your goals. Awareness of alignment is key. Your thoughts, beliefs, and actions must all point in the same direction. Conflicting energy creates stagnation. A strong desire supported by belief and consistent action becomes unstoppable. The law of attraction is most effective when your inner world is fully aligned with your outer intentions. Finally, patience is required. Growth does not happen overnight. Seeds take time to sprout, roots to strengthen, and shoots to reach the sun. The law of attraction works quietly and steadily, rewarding those who maintain focus, persistence, and optimism. The wealthy gardener trusts the process, knowing that the universe responds to sustained effort and aligned energy. In the next chapter, we will explore the importance of purpose. Purpose gives your actions meaning and direction. It is the compass that ensures your desires and efforts lead to lasting fulfillment, not just temporary gains. With purpose, your garden will not only grow, but flourish. Chapter 4. The importance of purpose. Desire and attraction can start the journey, but without purpose, growth is aimless. Purpose is the compass that guides your actions. It provides meaning to your efforts and direction to your dreams. A life without purpose is like planting seeds in barren soil. No matter how much effort you put in, the garden will struggle to thrive. Purpose is deeply personal. It is not defined by society, family, or peers. It is the answer to the question, why do you do what you do? It is the reason you wake up early, endure challenges, and continue when the path becomes difficult. Purpose transforms ordinary actions into meaningful steps that lead to lasting fulfillment. With purpose, you understand the difference between what is urgent and what is important. Many people chase money, recognition, or temporary pleasures without connecting them to a deeper reason. They work tirelessly, but feel empty inside. The wealthy gardener knows that true wealth comes from aligning effort with purpose. Every action becomes an investment in a future that matters. Purpose also fuels resilience. When setbacks occur, as they inevitably will, a clear purpose keeps you moving forward. It allows you to view obstacles as lessons rather than failures. Challenges become part of the growth process, and patience becomes easier to practice. With purpose, your journey is not defined by speed, but by consistency and direction. Finding your purpose requires reflection and honesty. It demands asking yourself what truly excites you, what problems you feel compelled to solve, and what contributions you want to leave behind. Often, purpose emerges at the intersection of your passions, talents, and the needs of the world. It is where your energy is most naturally aligned with meaningful action. Purpose gives structure to desire. Desire is the fuel, but purpose is the engine. Desire alone can scatter your energy and lead to frustration. Purpose channels your energy toward outcomes that matter most, ensuring your efforts do not go to waste. It provides clarity in decision-making, guiding where to invest time, money, and attention. Purpose also inspires others. A person with purpose naturally attracts people, opportunities, and support. It radiates confidence, commitment, and clarity. Relationships strengthen when others see your dedication and understand your vision. Purpose amplifies your influence and magnifies the impact of your efforts. Finally, purpose ensures that your wealth is sustainable and meaningful. It prevents chasing fleeting success or accumulating resources without fulfillment. True prosperity is not just measured by money, but by impact, contribution, and the alignment of life with what matters most. Purpose makes your garden grow not only in size, but in beauty and resilience. In the next chapter, we will explore the price of dreams. Dreams are free to imagine, but achieving them requires effort, sacrifice, and dedication. Understanding the price ensures that your actions are consistent, deliberate, and powerful enough to turn your purpose into reality. Chapter 5. The Price of Dreams. Dreams are free to imagine, but turning them into reality comes with a cost. Every dream requires effort, commitment, and sacrifice. The price of dreams is not money alone. It is time spent learning, patience through setbacks, and the discipline to act consistently even when results are not immediately visible. Most people underestimate the effort required to achieve their dreams. They assume success will come quickly or easily. But the truth is that anything worth achieving demands dedication. The wealthy gardener knows that the most beautiful gardens take years to grow. The same is true for wealth and meaningful achievement. Every seed planted requires attention, care, and persistence before it blossoms. Sacrifice is part of the journey. Pursuing dreams often means giving up comfort, leisure, or short-term gratification. It may require delaying pleasures, working extra hours, or stepping outside your comfort zone. The reward comes not from avoiding effort, but from embracing it with purpose. Sacrifice transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary results. Discipline is another essential component. Desire and purpose provide motivation, but discipline turns motivation into consistent action. Small daily habits compound over time, producing results far greater than sporadic bursts of effort. The wealthy gardener waters the seeds every day, knowing that consistency is more powerful than intensity alone. Setbacks are inevitable. Dreams are rarely realized in a straight line. Challenges, failures, and unexpected obstacles are part of the journey. The price of dreams includes learning from these experiences rather than being discouraged by them. Every obstacle carries a lesson, and every failure is an opportunity to refine your approach and grow stronger. Patience is required as well. Dreams take time to manifest. You cannot rush the growth of a tree by pulling at its branches. Similarly, you cannot force success by impatient or hasty decisions. Trust the process, maintain consistent effort, and allow time for your actions to compound. Patience is a form of faith in yourself and the journey you are on. The price of dreams also includes personal growth. Achieving meaningful goals often transforms you into a stronger, wiser, and more capable person. The challenges you overcome, the knowledge you gain, and the discipline you develop are part of the reward. Dreams are not just destinations, they are the journey that shapes who you become. Finally, the wealthy gardener understands that paying the price is not a burden, but a privilege. Every sacrifice, every effort, and every lesson learned is a step toward freedom, fulfillment, and abundance. By embracing the cost of your dreams, you ensure that the harvest will be rich, lasting, and meaningful. In the next chapter, we will explore the power of compounding. Here, we will see how small, consistent actions, when nurtured over time, create extraordinary results. Understanding compounding allows your efforts and investments to grow exponentially, turning the seeds you have planted into a flourishing garden of wealth and fulfillment. Chapter 6. The Power of Compounding. The journey to wealth is not about sudden miracles. It is about small, consistent actions that grow over time. This is the power of compounding. Just as a tiny seed, when nurtured consistently, grows into a mighty tree, Your efforts, knowledge, and investments compound to produce extraordinary results over time. Compounding works in many areas of life. Financially, it means that money invested wisely grows exponentially. A small amount saved today multiplies as interest and returns accumulate. The earlier you start, the more time compounding has to work its magic. But compounding is not limited to money. It also applies to habits, learning, and relationships. Every skill you develop, every book you read, every lesson you learn builds upon the previous one. Knowledge grows like layers of soil enriching your garden. Relationships cultivated over years strengthen your network and open opportunities. Habits practiced consistently form the foundation for long-term success. Compounding multiplies the impact of every small effort you make. The wealthy gardener understands that patience is essential for compounding. Results may not be immediately visible. A seed does not sprout overnight, and money does not multiply instantly. But consistent care, attention, and action over time yield remarkable growth. The key is to remain disciplined and trust the process. Time is a critical element in compounding. The longer you allow your efforts to grow, the greater the returns. Starting early, no matter how small, is far more effective than starting late with intensity. Small, steady actions over a long period produce results far beyond sporadic or rushed efforts. Time magnifies every choice you make. Compounding also works in reverse. Neglect, procrastination, and poor decisions accumulate as well. Just as weeds can overtake a garden, neglect erodes opportunities. Ignoring small problems or delaying action may seem harmless at first, but over time, they compound into significant setbacks. Awareness and consistency protect your growth. Another important aspect of compounding is focus. Spreading energy across too many directions reduces effectiveness. When you concentrate on a few key areas, financial, personal development, relationships, compounding becomes powerful. Deep, consistent investment in high-value activities multiplies results exponentially. The lesson of compounding is simple. Start early, act consistently, and remain patient. Small, thoughtful steps, repeated over time, lead to extraordinary achievements. Your efforts, like seeds in fertile soil, grow steadily until they become strong, abundant, and enduring. In the next chapter, we will explore the discipline of saving. Saving is the practical application of compounding. By consistently setting aside resources, you prepare the soil for growth and create the conditions for your dreams to flourish. Understanding this discipline ensures that your seeds of wealth are protected and nurtured for the long term. Chapter 7. The Discipline of Saving. Saving is the foundation of wealth. It is the soil in which all other seeds grow. Without saving, even the best ideas, greatest efforts, or strongest desires cannot take root effectively. The wealthy gardener understands that consistent saving creates stability, security, and the ability to seize opportunities when they arise. Discipline is the heart of saving. It is easy to spend impulsively or chase short-term pleasures, but true wealth requires restraint. Every dollar, every resource saved, is a seed for the future. Saving is not about deprivation. It is about prioritizing long-term abundance over temporary satisfaction. The first step in saving is awareness. Track your resources and understand where they go. Most people lose money simply because they are unaware of their spending habits. Awareness allows you to make intentional choices. Every expense becomes a decision rather than a default. Next comes consistency. Saving is not a one-time effort, but a daily habit. Set aside a portion of your income regularly. Even small amounts, when saved consistently, grow significantly over time through the power of compounding. The wealthy gardener waters the same patch of soil every day, knowing that consistency produces growth. Avoiding unnecessary debt is another critical part of saving. Debt is like weeds in your garden, slowly draining resources and energy. The more disciplined you are in managing your obligations, the more your wealth can grow unhindered. Controlled and purposeful borrowing may be useful, but mindless debt erodes financial freedom. Saving also creates opportunity. When resources are available, you can invest in your growth, seize favorable opportunities, or navigate unexpected challenges. It is the difference between being reactive and proactive. The wealthy gardener does not wait for perfect conditions. He prepares the soil, ensuring it is fertile when the right seeds come along. Emotional discipline supports financial discipline. Avoid impulsive spending driven by fear, envy, or desire to impress others. Instead, focus on long-term goals and the satisfaction of watching your wealth grow steadily. Emotional control strengthens your ability to save consistently and maintain clarity in decision-making. Finally, remember that saving is about freedom. It is not merely accumulation, but creating the ability to choose. Freedom allows you to pursue purpose, take calculated risks, and live life on your terms. The wealthy gardener saves not because he fears loss, but because he values the freedom and growth it provides. In the next part, Cultivating the Soil, we will move beyond the initial seeds of wealth and focus on preparing the right mindset, building faith in the process, and developing persistence. This part teaches you how to create fertile ground so that the seeds you have planted grow into strong, lasting abundance. Part 2. Cultivating the Soil. Planting seeds is only the beginning. No matter how strong the desire, clear the purpose, or discipline the saving, seeds cannot grow in barren or neglected soil. The garden of life requires preparation, care, and a mindset ready to nurture growth. Part 1 gave us the seeds of wealth. Part 2 is about cultivating the soil so that those seeds can take root, grow strong, and eventually bear fruit. The soil represents your mind, your habits, and your daily choices. If the soil is fertile, your seeds flourish. If it is neglected, filled with weeds of doubt, fear, or distraction, even the best seeds struggle. Cultivating the soil means preparing yourself mentally, emotionally, and practically to support growth. It requires attention to your mindset, faith in the process, persistence, courage, and a clear understanding of the value of time and work. The wealthy gardener begins by shaping a mindset that believes in abundance rather than scarcity. Thoughts are the nutrients of the mind. Positive, disciplined thinking strengthens the soil and encourages seeds to sprout. Fear, negativity, and impatience are weeds that must be identified and removed, making room for growth to happen naturally. Faith is also part of cultivation. A gardener waters seeds without knowing exactly how or when they will grow. Similarly, you must trust in your efforts and the process of growth, even when results are not immediately visible. Persistence, courage, and consistent action become the water, sunlight, and protection that nurture your developing garden. Time is another essential element. The gardener knows that plants grow in their own season. Cultivating the soil means respecting the rhythm of growth and understanding that wealth, skills, and success require patience. Rushing the process or expecting instant results disrupts natural growth. Steady care and consistent effort over time produce the most enduring outcomes. Work is the fertilizer that accelerates growth. Focused, purposeful work adds richness to the soil. It is not just effort, but mindful effort that prepares the environment for the seeds of wealth to flourish. Each action, no matter how small, contributes to stronger roots and more vibrant growth. In this part, we will explore the principles that turn prepared soil into a thriving garden. We will examine how the wealthy gardener develops a mindset tuned to growth, cultivates faith in the process, persists through obstacles, takes courageous action, values time, and embraces the dignity and joy of work. These lessons ensure that the seeds you planted in Part 1 do not wither, but grow steadily toward a harvest of prosperity. In the next chapter, we will begin with the wealthy mindset. Here, we will discover how to think like a gardener of abundance, removing mental weeds and nourishing the thoughts that allow wealth and success to grow naturally. Understanding this mindset is the first step in cultivating fertile soil for your dreams. Chapter 8. The Wealthy Mindset. The first step in cultivating fertile soil for your seeds of wealth is developing the right mindset. Your mind is the foundation for everything you grow in life. Without a mindset tuned to abundance, clarity, and growth, even the most carefully planted seeds struggle to thrive. A wealthy gardener begins within. A wealthy mindset is not about thinking only of money. It is about believing in possibilities, focusing on solutions, and trusting your ability to learn and adapt. Scarcity thinking, fearing lack, comparing yourself to others, or believing opportunities are limited, acts like poor soil that stunts growth. Abundance thinking encourages action, creativity, and persistence. Your thoughts shape your reality. Every choice, action, and habit originates in the mind. To cultivate wealth, you must first train your thoughts to align with your goals. Replace doubt with confidence, worry with preparation, and fear with informed courage. Mental clarity is as important as practical effort in growing lasting abundance. Gratitude and optimism are key nutrients for the mind. A gardener appreciates each sprout, each sign of growth, no matter how small. Similarly, a wealthy mindset recognizes progress, celebrates small victories, and sees challenges as opportunities to improve. Optimism fuels resilience, while gratitude strengthens focus and satisfaction. The wealthy mindset also embraces learning and curiosity. The world changes rapidly, and those who stop growing mentally fall behind. Continuous learning sharpens skills, opens new opportunities, and strengthens problem solving. A curious mind notices possibilities that others overlook. It turns obstacles into lessons and challenges into stepping stones. Self-discipline is a cornerstone of mental cultivation. Thoughts must be guided by intention rather than distraction. Discipline trains your mind to focus on priorities, maintain consistency, and resist impulses that derail progress. It is not about rigid control, but creating freedom through mastery over your choices. The wealthy gardener also sees mistakes and setbacks as growth opportunities. Failure is not a sign of defeat, but a signal to adjust approach, improve, and keep moving forward. By reframing challenges, you maintain a mindset that fosters persistence rather than frustration. Each difficulty becomes a chance to strengthen the soil and prepare it for stronger growth. Finally, a wealthy mindset aligns with purpose. Thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes must support your vision, your calling, and your desires. Mental clarity, positive focus, and disciplined thinking create fertile soil that allows your seeds of wealth to take root, grow strong, and flourish. In the next chapter, we will explore the farmer's faith. Faith is the trust that your efforts, patience, and consistent nurturing will produce results. It is the invisible force that allows the gardener to water seeds even when the harvest is not yet visible. Understanding and embracing faith strengthens the soil of your mind and heart, ensuring your journey toward wealth continues steadily. Chapter 9. The Farmer's Faith. Faith is the invisible force that allows the gardener to tend his plants patiently, even when the outcome is not visible. In life, faith plays the same role. It is the trust that your consistent effort, patience, and nurturing will produce results, even when progress seems slow or uncertain. Without faith, even the best strategies and intentions can falter. Faith is not blind optimism or wishful thinking. It is a confident belief based on preparation, knowledge, and past experience. The wealthy gardener understands that seeds need time to grow, that storms may come, and that every season has its purpose. Faith allows you to continue watering, nurturing, and protecting your efforts, knowing that growth is happening beneath the surface. Faith begins with self-trust. You must believe in your ability to take action, learn from mistakes, and adapt when necessary. Doubt weakens resolve and clouds judgment, while confidence strengthens commitment and focus. Trusting yourself provides a steady foundation upon which the seeds of wealth can flourish. Faith also extends to the process. Success is rarely immediate. Like a farmer waiting for the right season, you must understand that every small action contributes to eventual results. Patience and persistence are fueled by faith. When challenges arise, faith reminds you that obstacles are part of the journey, not a signal to quit. Another aspect of faith is resilience. Setbacks, failures, and unexpected events are inevitable. Faith allows you to see these moments as temporary, providing the inner strength to persevere. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your approach. Faith turns adversity into a powerful teacher rather than a discouraging roadblock. Faith is also about vision. The farmer plants seeds in anticipation of future harvests. Similarly, you must act with a long-term perspective, trusting that your disciplined effort today will yield benefits tomorrow. This forward-looking mindset encourages consistency, commitment, and courage to face uncertainty. Importantly, faith nurtures hope. Even in difficult times, a strong belief in the eventual outcome creates the energy to keep going. Hope is not passive. It motivates action, fuels creativity, and attracts opportunities. The wealthy gardener remains hopeful, tending the soil with care and attention, confident that growth is occurring even when it is unseen. Finally, faith strengthens the heart. Wealth is more than material accumulation. It is the confidence, peace, and satisfaction that come from knowing you are on the right path. Faith allows you to enjoy the journey, celebrate small progress, and maintain motivation even when the harvest is distant. In the next chapter, we will explore the spirit of persistence. Persistence is the daily commitment to continue your efforts, nurture your growth, and face challenges without giving up. Combined with faith, persistence ensures that the seeds you have planted grow steadily and transform into lasting wealth and fulfillment. Chapter 10. The Spirit of Persistence. Persistence is the daily commitment to continue, even when results are slow, challenges appear, or motivation fades. It is the act of showing up consistently, taking small but deliberate steps toward your goals. Without persistence, even the best strategies, mindset, and faith cannot produce lasting growth. The wealthy gardener understands that steady, consistent effort is the heartbeat of success. Persistence begins with purpose. When your actions are aligned with your calling and desires, you are more likely to continue even when the journey becomes difficult. Purpose transforms effort into meaningful action. It turns obstacles into lessons and setbacks into opportunities for improvement. A clear why fuels the how and sustains your determination. Daily habits are the foundation of persistence. Small, repeated actions create momentum over time. Just as a gardener waters plants every day, not just when he feels motivated, persistent effort compounds into results. Consistency is far more powerful than occasional bursts of intense activity. Challenges are inevitable. No path to growth is without obstacles. Persistence means facing difficulties without giving up, adapting when necessary, and refusing to let temporary failures define your journey. Each challenge met strengthens your resolve and teaches you lessons that accelerate your future growth. Persistence also requires patience. Growth is rarely linear. Progress may be invisible for long stretches, testing your confidence and dedication. The wealthy gardener trusts the process, knowing that small, consistent efforts accumulate into visible results over time. Patience and persistence work hand in hand to ensure that your seeds of wealth take root and flourish. Emotional resilience supports persistence. The mind often wants to quit when progress seems slow, or when the effort feels too great. Training yourself to continue, despite frustration, doubt, or temporary discomfort, develops inner strength. Each act of persistence reinforces confidence, focus, and commitment. Persistence is not stubbornness. It is intelligent commitment. It involves learning, adjusting, and improving while staying devoted to your ultimate goals. The wealthy gardener examines the soil, adjusts watering and sunlight, and continues tending the garden in ways that maximize growth. Similarly, persistence is flexible yet unwavering in purpose. Finally, persistence magnifies the power of all other principles. Desire, purpose, faith, mindset, and action are amplified when sustained consistently. Every small effort builds upon the previous one, compounding into remarkable results over time. The garden grows steadily because the gardener refuses to give up, season after season, step by step. In the next chapter, we will explore the courage to begin. Courage is the spark that transforms planning into action. It is the force that moves you from preparation to actual planting, allowing your dreams and efforts to start manifesting in the real world. Combined with persistence, courage ensures that your wealth garden begins to flourish. Chapter 11. The Courage to Begin. Every journey toward wealth and fulfillment starts with a single step. Yet, starting is often the hardest part. Fear, Doubt and uncertainty can hold you back, keeping seeds of potential from being planted. Courage is the spark that overcomes hesitation and moves you from preparation to action. Without it, all desire, purpose, and planning remain dormant. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means acting despite fear. Every gardener fears failure, harsh weather, or poor soil, yet they plant anyway. Similarly, in life, you must take action even when the outcome is uncertain. Courage allows you to embrace risk thoughtfully, turning anxiety into motivation rather than paralysis. The first step is small but deliberate. You do not need to leap all at once. Even a single action, no matter how modest, begins the process of growth. A phone call, a decision, a small investment of time or resources. These are the first drops of water on the soil of your garden. Small beginnings, repeated consistently, create momentum. Courage also requires clarity. Knowing what you want, why you want it, and how you plan to pursue it strengthens resolve. Uncertainty weakens action, but a clear vision empowers it. When your desire, purpose, and mindset are aligned, courage becomes easier because your steps have meaning. Action builds confidence. The first steps may feel intimidating, but each successful move reinforces your belief in yourself. Fear diminishes with experience. The wealthy gardener knows that courage grows through doing, not just thinking. Taking action, even imperfectly, teaches lessons, opens opportunities, and builds momentum for the journey ahead. Courage is amplified by preparation. You may never have perfect conditions, but you can equip yourself with knowledge, skills, and plans to reduce risk and increase effectiveness. Preparation strengthens courage, making it practical rather than reckless. It allows you to act decisively and consistently. Persistence and courage work together. Courage sparks the initial action, while persistence sustains it over time. One without the other is incomplete. Starting is important, but continuing through challenges and setbacks is what ensures growth, maturity, and eventual harvest. Finally, courage transforms intention into reality. Dreams remain abstract until acted upon. Courage moves you from thinking to doing, from wishing to building. Every successful gardener has taken risks, planted seeds despite uncertainty, and faced challenges head-on. Your courage today creates the foundation for your abundance tomorrow. In the next chapter, we will explore the value of time. Time is a finite resource, the soil in which every effort grows. Understanding its value allows you to invest it wisely, ensuring that your actions, persistence, and courage produce the greatest possible harvest. Chapter 12. The Value of Time. Time is the most precious resource you have. Unlike money or material possessions, it cannot be earned back once spent. Every minute is an opportunity, a chance to plant seeds, nurture growth, and move closer to your goals. Understanding the value of time is essential for cultivating lasting wealth and fulfillment. The wealthy gardener treats time like fertile soil. Every action, decision, and moment contributes to the growth of the garden. Wasted time is like neglecting soil or leaving weeds to grow unchecked. Small, consistent investments of time, focused on meaningful goals, yield the greatest harvest over the long term. Prioritization is key. Not all activities contribute equally to your growth. Identify actions that align with your purpose and produce compounding results. Avoid distractions, low-value tasks, and unproductive habits that consume energy without yielding benefit. Focus is the multiplier of time. Time management is not just scheduling, it is intentional living. Structure your day around high-priority actions that move you closer to your goals. Consistency is more important than intensity. Even small, repeated actions, applied over time, create powerful results. Like sunlight reaching every plant in a garden, intentional use of time nourishes every part of your life. Awareness of opportunity cost strengthens your perspective. Every choice has consequences. Spending hours on trivial matters may seem harmless, but it is time taken away from your growth. The wealthy gardener evaluates the return on every activity, ensuring that energy and attention are invested wisely. Time also emphasizes the importance of patience. Growth cannot be rushed. Seeds sprout in their own season, and effort compounds gradually. Impatience leads to poor decisions, shortcuts, and frustration. Respecting time and its natural rhythm ensures that your consistent effort produces lasting results. Delegation and collaboration further enhance the value of time. Recognize tasks that others can handle and focus on actions that only you can perform. Leverage resources, relationships, and skills to maximize the impact of every moment. The wealthy gardener shares responsibilities, ensuring the garden flourishes efficiently. Finally, understanding the value of time fosters gratitude and urgency. Time is limited, and every moment counts. Appreciate the opportunity to work toward your dreams today, rather than postponing action. By respecting time, you create a life of purpose, growth, and abundant harvest. In the next chapter, we will explore the gift of work. Work is not just a means to earn, it is a tool for growth, learning, and contribution. When approached with purpose and discipline, work becomes a powerful fertilizer for your wealth garden, accelerating the growth of your efforts and dreams. Chapter 13. The Gift of Work. Work is often seen as a chore, a necessary obligation to earn a living. Yet, for the wealthy gardener, work is a gift, a tool for growth, learning, and contribution. It is through work that seeds of potential are nurtured, skills are sharpened, and opportunities for wealth and fulfillment are created. Every action you take has value. Even tasks that seem small or mundane are part of the larger process of cultivating your life. Just as a gardener removes weeds, tills soil, and waters plants, your daily work, when done with focus and purpose, prepares the ground for long-term growth. Work is not just the act of earning. It is the act of building the foundation for your dreams. The first step in appreciating the gift of work is mindset. View work as an opportunity rather than a burden. Each task, no matter how simple, contributes to your development and the achievement of your goals. When approached with gratitude and intention, work becomes a source of learning, creativity, and progress. Discipline is essential. The wealthy gardener does not plant seeds sporadically or care for the garden only when inspired. Consistent, disciplined work ensures that growth happens steadily. Habits of diligence, attention to detail, and commitment create compounding benefits over time. The work you do consistently becomes the strongest fertilizer for your garden of wealth. Work also builds character. Challenges, setbacks, and repetitive tasks teach patience, resilience, and problem solving. They refine your skills, strengthen your confidence, and prepare you to handle more significant responsibilities. Through work, you grow into the person capable of managing the wealth and freedom you desire. Collaboration enhances the value of work. No gardener tends every plant alone. Partnerships, guidance, and shared effort multiply results. Learning from others, sharing knowledge, and contributing to a collective goal create growth that extends beyond individual effort. Work, when connected to purpose and others, magnifies impact. Purpose transforms work into joy. When your efforts align with your calling and goals, work becomes a source of satisfaction rather than stress. Each task, each challenge, and each step forward contributes meaningfully to your vision. The wealthy gardener finds fulfillment not only in the harvest, but in the process of tending the garden itself. Finally, work is the pathway to freedom. The skills, habits, and results generated through purposeful effort provide the resources and independence to live life on your terms. When approached as a gift, work nurtures both wealth and personal growth, allowing the seeds you planted to flourish fully. In the next chapter, we will begin part 3, Nurturing Growth, starting with the power of focus. Focus is the sunlight that guides your energy, ensuring that every effort produces the maximum impact. Mastering focus allows your seeds to grow strong and your garden to flourish efficiently. Part 3. Nurturing Growth. By now, you have planted the seeds of wealth, prepared the soil of your mind, and begun to take consistent action with purpose, courage, and discipline. Part 3 is about nurturing growth. Planting and preparation are essential, but growth does not happen automatically. It requires focus, patience, understanding the cycles of effort and reward, and continuously learning along the way. Nurturing growth is like tending a garden through all seasons. You must provide sunlight, water, and care at the right times. Growth is influenced not only by the seeds you plant, but also by your daily attention, decisions, and habits. Neglect, distraction, or scattered effort can hinder even the best planted seeds. The wealthy gardener knows that ongoing care and attention multiply results. Focus is the first essential tool. Without focus, your energy spreads thin and your efforts become scattered. Like sunlight that nourishes a plant, focused attention ensures that each action produces maximum impact. Distractions are weeds that can stunt growth, and clarity of purpose keeps you aligned with what truly matters. Patience is equally important. Growth takes time, and each stage of development has its rhythm. You cannot rush the process or force results. Understanding the cycles of effort, setbacks, and progress allows you to remain steady, confident, and persistent. The wealthy gardener trusts the process and allows growth to unfold naturally. Understanding the law of increasing returns is also vital. Small actions, repeated consistently, compound over time, creating exponential results. Growth accelerates when the right habits, focus, and patience are combined. Each step forward builds momentum, making future efforts more effective and productive. Simplicity and learning are key nutrients. Complex strategies or unnecessary complications can overwhelm your energy and slow progress. By keeping action straightforward and continually seeking knowledge, you strengthen your ability to make decisions, adapt to challenges, and maximize growth. In this part, we will explore the principles that ensure your seeds flourish. You will learn how to maintain focus, practice patience, respect the natural cycles of effort and reward, embrace simplicity, and cultivate a lifelong habit of learning. These lessons transform potential into tangible results, turning effort into enduring prosperity. In the next chapter, we will begin with the power of focus. Here, we will see how attention, clarity, and deliberate action amplify the results of your work, ensuring that every seed you planted grows strong and healthy. Mastering focus is the first step in nurturing the growth of your wealth and life. Chapter 14. The Power of Focus. Focus is the sunlight that nourishes every seed of potential in your life. Without it, even the most carefully planted seeds of wealth, knowledge, and personal growth struggle to thrive. The wealthy gardener understands that attention is a finite resource, and that where you place it determines what grows strong and what withers. Focus begins with clarity. You must know what truly matters and direct your energy toward those priorities. Distractions, noise, and trivial matters are the weeds of the mind. Left unchecked, they steal energy and slow growth. By defining your goals, purpose, and intentions clearly, you create a lens through which every action gains meaning and effectiveness. The power of focus also comes from eliminating multitasking. Attempting to do too many things at once divides energy and reduces the impact of your efforts. Just as a gardener concentrates water and sunlight on each plant individually, your attention must be deliberate and concentrated. Deep, sustained effort produces results far greater than scattered, shallow action. Habits are essential for maintaining focus. Repetition trains the mind to stay aligned with your priorities. Daily rituals, disciplined routines, and consistent effort act like sunlight and water, continuously feeding growth. Over time, these habits create momentum, making focus more natural and effortless. Focus also requires boundaries. Saying no to distractions, unproductive relationships, and low-value tasks protects your energy. Each no strengthens your ability to say yes to what matters most. The wealthy gardener does not allow weeds to overrun the garden. Similarly, you must protect your time, attention, and mental space. Patience and persistence amplify focus. Even when progress seems slow, consistent attention ensures that seeds are growing beneath the surface. Trusting the process and maintaining steady effort without giving in to frustration or urgency allows growth to compound over time. Small, focused actions repeated daily produce extraordinary outcomes. Emotional clarity supports focus. When your mind is calm, disciplined, and purpose-driven, distractions lose power. Mindfulness, reflection, and awareness keep your attention aligned with your goals. The wealthy gardener is present with each plant, nurturing each stage of growth. Your focus requires the same intentional presence. Finally, focus transforms potential into reality. Desire, purpose, discipline, and effort are amplified when directed with clarity and concentration. The garden of your life grows not through scattered energy, but through the power of focused, deliberate action. Mastery of focus allows your seeds to grow strong, resilient, and fruitful, setting the stage for patience, learning, and the cycles of wealth that follow. In the next chapter, we will explore the lesson of patience. Patience is the water that nourishes growth over time, the quiet strength that allows your efforts to mature. Without patience, focus alone is not enough. Together, focus and patience ensure your garden flourishes steadily, producing lasting abundance. Chapter 15. The Lesson of Patience. Patience is the quiet strength that allows growth to unfold naturally. It is the understanding that progress is rarely immediate, and that true abundance takes time to develop. The wealthy gardener knows that rushing the process or forcing results can damage even the best planted seeds. Patience is the steady hand that nurtures growth without expectation of instant reward. Patience begins with trust in the process. Just as a seed grows underground before breaking the surface, your efforts often produce results that are invisible at first. Faith in the long-term outcome allows you to maintain focus, discipline, and consistent action, even when success is not immediately apparent. The power of patience is most evident when facing challenges. Setbacks, delays, and failures are part of every journey. Impatience leads to frustration, poor decisions, and wasted energy. Patience allows you to observe, learn, and adjust your approach calmly, ensuring that temporary obstacles do not derail your progress. Patience also nurtures resilience. By accepting that growth has its natural rhythm, you develop the strength to continue through difficult seasons. The wealthy gardener tends plants through storms, droughts, and unexpected challenges, knowing that consistent care will eventually yield a bountiful harvest. Similarly, patience enables you to withstand adversity and keep moving forward. Cultivating patience requires perspective. Focus on long-term goals rather than short-term gratification. Recognize that meaningful growth, whether financial, personal, or professional, cannot be rushed. Each small effort compounds over time, and every step forward contributes to the eventual harvest. Appreciating the journey itself strengthens your ability to remain patient. Patience is also tied to observation and learning. By slowing down, you notice details that others overlook. You understand the needs of your garden, identify areas for improvement, and make informed decisions. Impulsive action often misses critical insights, while patience allows for thoughtful, strategic growth. Mindfulness supports patience. Being present with each stage of your journey fosters awareness, gratitude, and composure. The wealthy gardener watches over each plant, understanding its unique needs and timing. Similarly, patience allows you to nurture your goals with attention, care, and respect for the natural flow of progress. Finally, patience amplifies all other principles. Focus, discipline, courage, and persistence are magnified when applied consistently over time. Growth becomes steady and sustainable, producing results that are not only abundant, but also enduring. Patience transforms effort into lasting achievement and ensures that the seeds you planted continue to flourish. In the next chapter, we will explore the seasons of wealth. Understanding cycles, timing, and the natural ebb and flow of life allows you to align your actions with growth, maximizing results, and ensuring that your garden matures harmoniously. Chapter 16. The Seasons of Wealth. Wealth, like nature, follows seasons. There are times of planting, growth, harvest, and rest. Understanding these cycles allows you to act wisely, maximize results, and avoid frustration. The wealthy gardener observes the rhythm of the seasons, aligning effort with timing to ensure sustainable growth. The first season is planting. This is the stage of preparation, learning, and taking the first steps toward your goals. Seeds are sown through study, saving, and purposeful action. The gardener invests energy and resources with the expectation of future growth, even though results are not immediately visible. Patience and focus are essential here. The second season is growth. In this phase, effort compounds, skills develop, and relationships strengthen. Progress may be slow or invisible at first, but consistent nurturing produces steady results. Challenges will arise, storms, pests, or unexpected setbacks, but careful attention, persistence, and adaptability allow growth to continue unhindered. The third season is harvest. The results of your consistent effort begin to materialize. Investments pay off, projects succeed, and goals are achieved. The wealthy gardener understands that harvest is the reward for consistent care and disciplined action. Celebrating achievements is important, but it is also a reminder to prepare for the next cycle. The fourth season is rest and reflection. Even after success, growth is not linear. Time for reflection, learning, and reorganization ensures that future efforts are more effective. Rest does not mean inactivity. It is a strategic pause to recharge, evaluate, and plan. The gardener uses this season to enrich the soil and prepare for the next planting. Understanding the seasons also teaches patience and timing. Just as a tree does not bear fruit in winter, wealth and success cannot be forced outside their natural cycle. Acting impulsively or out of sync with the process often leads to wasted effort or poor results. Observing the rhythm of your life, business, and personal development ensures that every action is timely and effective. Flexibility is key. Seasons do not always follow a strict calendar. Unexpected changes, challenges, or opportunities may alter timing. The wealthy gardener adapts, adjusting strategies while remaining committed to long-term goals. Awareness of the natural cycles helps you respond wisely without losing focus or momentum. Finally, understanding the seasons fosters gratitude and perspective. Every season has value. Planting teaches preparation, growth teaches discipline, harvest teaches reward, and rest teaches reflection. Recognizing this cycle allows you to navigate challenges calmly, celebrate progress meaningfully, and maintain focus on your long-term vision. In the next chapter, we will explore the law of increasing returns. This principle explains how focused effort, compounded over time, produces exponential growth, turning small consistent actions into extraordinary results and ensuring your wealth continues to expand through each season. Chapter 17. The Law of Increasing Returns. The law of increasing returns is a principle that transforms small, consistent efforts into extraordinary results over time. It is the natural outcome of focused action, disciplined habits, and patient persistence. The wealthy gardener understands that every effort, no matter how modest, compounds to produce far greater results than initially visible. This law works in many areas of life: financial growth, knowledge, skills, and relationships. Just as a seed grows into a tree, producing more seeds with each season, consistent investment of time, energy, and resources generates exponential returns. Small steps taken today can multiply and create opportunities far beyond what you might expect. The key to leveraging this law is consistency. Repeated action, even if slow or seemingly insignificant, accumulates over time. Reading, learning, saving, investing, or practicing skills daily creates a compounding effect. Each effort builds upon the previous one, gradually increasing the impact and results. Focus amplifies these returns. When your attention and energy are directed toward meaningful, high-priority actions, the effects multiply. Scattered efforts produce minimal results, while focused, sustained effort compounds rapidly. The wealthy gardener does not water weeds. He concentrates on what will flourish and multiply. Patience is essential. Compounding works silently and invisibly at first. Just as a tree grows underground, before its roots break the surface, your early efforts may feel slow or unrewarded. Faith and persistence allow you to continue, trusting that the cumulative impact of your consistent actions will eventually become visible and powerful. Learning and adaptation further accelerate returns. By observing results, reflecting on mistakes, and adjusting strategies, You increase the effectiveness of each action. Knowledge, skill, and experience compound over time, creating a feedback loop that magnifies results exponentially. Collaboration and relationships are also subject to this law. Networking, mentorship, and meaningful connections generate benefits that grow over time. Helping others, sharing knowledge, and building trust create returns that extend beyond your individual efforts, producing rewards that multiply as your network expands. Finally, the law of increasing returns emphasizes long-term thinking. Short-term gains are temporary, but compounding efforts create sustainable growth. By planting seeds consistently, nurturing them carefully, and remaining patient, your efforts generate returns that far exceed initial expectations, transforming small beginnings into extraordinary achievements. In the next chapter, we will explore the joy of simplicity. Simplicity reduces distraction, clarifies focus, and magnifies the impact of your efforts. It ensures that the energy you invest produces maximum growth, making the process of wealth and personal development both effective and fulfilling. Chapter 18. The Joy of Simplicity. Simplicity is a hidden superpower in the pursuit of growth and wealth. Life can be complicated, cluttered with distractions, obligations, and endless choices. The wealthy gardener understands that simplicity clears the path, allowing focus, patience, and disciplined effort to work effectively. Simple strategies, habits, and choices often produce the greatest results. Simplicity begins with clarity. When your goals, values, and priorities are clear, decision-making becomes easier. You know what deserves your attention and what can be ignored. Just as a gardener prunes unnecessary branches to help the plant thrive, simplifying your life removes distractions and allows energy to flow to what matters most. Minimalism is part of simplicity. Owning less does not mean achieving less. It means directing resources, time, and attention toward growth rather than managing clutter. Each choice you make should contribute to your goals. Avoid unnecessary commitments, possessions, or tasks that dilute focus and reduce the power of your efforts. Simplicity also enhances learning and decision-making. When life is simplified, the mind can concentrate on understanding, problem-solving, and creative action. Complex systems, overthinking, and scattered attention slow progress. By keeping strategies, habits, and actions straightforward, you maximize the effectiveness of every effort. The joy of simplicity extends to wealth management. Avoiding unnecessary financial complexity, debt, or over-leveraging ensures your resources grow steadily and securely. Simple, consistent investment, saving, and disciplined spending compound over time, producing stable and predictable results. Relationships, too, benefit from simplicity. Surround yourself with people who support your growth, share your values, and contribute positively to your journey. Avoid drama, negativity, and toxic influences that consume energy. Just as a healthy plant thrives in clean, well-maintained soil, your life flourishes in the clarity of simple, positive connections. Simplicity fosters contentment and joy. It allows you to appreciate progress, celebrate small victories, and enjoy the journey without being overwhelmed by unnecessary complications. The wealthy gardener finds satisfaction not only in the harvest, but also in the elegant, uncomplicated process of nurturing growth. Finally, simplicity magnifies the impact of focus, patience, learning, and effort. By reducing noise and distractions, you channel energy into meaningful actions that compound over time. Simplicity creates space for growth, ensuring that the seeds you planted, nurtured with focus and patience, can flourish to their full potential. In the next chapter, we will explore the habit of learning. Lifelong learning is the sunlight and water that feed growth continuously. It allows your knowledge, skills, and understanding to expand, compounding your results and ensuring that your garden remains healthy, resilient, and productive. Chapter 19. The Habit of Learning. Learning is the lifeblood of growth. Just as a garden requires sunlight and water to thrive, your mind requires knowledge, curiosity, and continuous learning to produce lasting wealth and fulfillment. The wealthy gardener understands that learning is not a phase, but a lifelong habit, essential for adapting, improving, and growing. The habit of learning begins with curiosity. Ask questions, explore new ideas, and remain open to perspectives beyond your current understanding. Curiosity drives discovery and sparks creativity. It allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles and to innovate in ways that accelerate growth. Consistency matters more than intensity. Learning a little every day compounds over time into extraordinary expertise. Just as daily watering nourishes plants steadily, regular reading, practice, and reflection nourish the mind. Knowledge gained slowly and consistently becomes deeply rooted, ready to support complex decisions and effective action. Learning also requires humility. Accept that you do not know everything and that mistakes are part of the process. Each setback, challenge, or failure contains a lesson. The wealthy gardener studies the soil, weather patterns, and growth cycles continuously, adjusting techniques to achieve better results. Similarly, your willingness to learn from experience ensures continuous improvement. Application turns learning into growth. Information alone is insufficient. It must be practiced and implemented. Like a gardener applying knowledge of pruning, watering, and sunlight to achieve healthy plants, your insights and lessons must be applied to your life, work, and investments. Action amplifies learning and compounds results. Mentorship and collaboration enhance learning. Surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking, offer guidance, and share knowledge. The collective wisdom of experienced individuals accelerates growth, providing shortcuts and insights that would otherwise take years to discover alone. Reflection is a key part of learning. Regularly review successes, failures, and patterns to understand what works and what does not. Reflection converts experience into wisdom and allows you to refine strategies, deepen understanding, and optimize future efforts. Finally, the habit of learning ensures resilience and adaptability. In a world that changes rapidly, those who stop learning stagnate. Lifelong learning keeps your mind sharp, your strategies effective, and your actions relevant. It transforms every challenge into an opportunity and every setback into a lesson, ensuring that the garden of your life remains vibrant, productive, and sustainable. In the next chapter, we will begin Part 4, Harvesting Prosperity, starting with the principle of generosity. Generosity is the final fertilizer that enriches your garden, creating abundance that grows not just for yourself, but for others, multiplying the rewards of all your effort, focus, and care. Part 4. Harvesting Prosperity. After planting, nurturing, and patiently tending your garden of wealth, the time comes to reap the rewards. Part 4 is about harvesting prosperity, the stage where effort, discipline, focus, and learning converge to create abundance. It is not just about material wealth. It is about freedom, wisdom, contribution, and the lasting impact of your actions. Harvesting prosperity is a reflection of the seasons you have cultivated. Each seed planted, every act of patience, focus, learning, and consistent work contributes to this moment. The wealthy gardener understands that the harvest is both a reward and a responsibility. The abundance you gain is the product of disciplined effort, but it also provides an opportunity to give back, grow further, and inspire others. Generosity is the first principle of harvesting. True wealth is measured not only by what you accumulate, but also by what you share. Giving enriches both the giver and the receiver, creating a cycle of abundance that multiplies beyond personal gain. The more you share your resources, knowledge, and guidance, the richer your life becomes. Harvesting prosperity also requires reflection. Assessing your journey, understanding lessons learned, and appreciating the effort it took to grow ensures that success is meaningful. Celebrating achievements reinforces motivation and encourages continued growth, while thoughtful reflection prevents complacency. Sustainability is crucial. Just as a gardener rotates crops and enriches soil to ensure future harvests, you must manage your resources, time, and energy wisely. True prosperity is not fleeting. It is the result of consistent care, strategic planning, and wise stewardship. This part also emphasizes the legacy of your efforts. Harvesting prosperity is not just about enjoying immediate rewards. It is about creating structures, habits, and knowledge that endure beyond a single season. The wealthy gardener plants trees whose shade will benefit generations to come. Similarly, your efforts today can provide lasting value for your family, community, and future endeavors. In this part, we will explore the principles that allow wealth to grow and sustain itself. You will learn the power of generosity, the importance of wisdom, the freedom that true wealth provides, and the meaning of success beyond material accumulation. These lessons ensure that your garden thrives long after the initial harvest. In the next chapter, we will begin with the principle of generosity. Generosity is the final fertilizer for your garden, creating abundance that grows exponentially and enriches not only your life, but the lives of those around you. It is the bridge between personal prosperity and lasting impact. Chapter 20. The Principle of Generosity. Generosity is the ultimate fertilizer for your garden of wealth. True prosperity is measured not only by what you accumulate, but also by what you share. The wealthy gardener understands that giving is not a loss, but a powerful investment that multiplies abundance in ways that personal effort alone cannot achieve. Generosity begins with mindset. It is the belief that sharing your resources, knowledge, and time does not diminish your growth, but enhances it. When you give sincerely, you create value, strengthen relationships, and inspire trust. Like a tree that produces fruit, not only for itself but for the forest, your generosity nourishes both you and those around you. The impact of generosity is exponential. One act of kindness, one shared insight, one gift of time can ripple outward, creating opportunities and growth far beyond what you can immediately see. Just as compost enriches soil for multiple seasons, acts of generosity prepare fertile ground for future success, both personally and within your community. Generosity requires awareness. Giving without intention or understanding can be ineffective or even harmful. The wealthy gardener observes the needs of the soil and plants carefully before applying water or fertilizer. Similarly, your acts of generosity should be thoughtful, targeted, and aligned with your values to produce meaningful, lasting impact. Patience complements generosity. Benefits often do not appear immediately. Like seeds planted in fertile soil, the returns from giving may take time to manifest. Trust that your efforts will grow and compound. By maintaining a generous spirit consistently, you create long-term abundance that extends far beyond temporary gain. Generosity also reinforces humility. Recognizing that wealth and success are not solely the product of personal effort fosters gratitude and perspective. Sharing your abundance reminds you that prosperity is part of a larger ecosystem of relationships, opportunities, and contributions. This awareness strengthens character and ensures that wealth is used wisely. The wealthy gardener balances giving with sustainability. Generosity should never compromise your ability to grow and maintain your own garden. Thoughtful giving maximizes impact while preserving your resources, creating a cycle where abundance flows both outward and inward. This balance ensures that prosperity is enduring rather than fleeting. Finally, generosity transforms wealth into meaning. Money, skills, and time become instruments of positive change when shared. Your garden grows not just for personal gain, but for the enrichment of others, leaving a legacy of abundance and goodwill. The principle of generosity turns prosperity into a force for lasting influence, multiplying growth in ways that solitary effort alone cannot achieve. In the next chapter, we will explore the legacy of wisdom. Wisdom is the sunlight that guides decisions, nurtures growth, and ensures that the prosperity you cultivate is meaningful, sustainable, and enduring. It transforms effort and abundance into lessons that enrich both your life and the lives of others. Chapter 21. The Legacy of Wisdom. Wealth without wisdom is like a garden with rich soil, but no understanding of how to nurture it. The legacy of wisdom ensures that prosperity is meaningful, sustainable, and able to grow for generations. Wisdom is the sunlight that guides every decision, the compass that helps you navigate complexity, and the lens through which abundance becomes purposeful. Wisdom begins with reflection. Taking time to review your actions, successes, and failures transforms experience into insight. The wealthy gardener observes patterns in growth, seasons, and results, learning from each cycle. Similarly, you must analyze your journey to understand what produces lasting value and what merely creates temporary gains. Application is essential. Knowledge alone is insufficient without action. Wisdom requires using what you learn to make better choices, avoid repeating mistakes, and enhance outcomes. Each decision informed by reflection, patience, and understanding strengthens your ability to cultivate wealth and personal growth effectively. The legacy of wisdom also involves teaching and sharing. Passing on lessons, experiences, and strategies ensures that others benefit from your journey. Like a gardener teaching apprentices to tend plants with care, you create a ripple effect where knowledge and insight multiply. Wisdom becomes a gift that endures beyond your lifetime. Humility enhances wisdom. Accepting that you do not have all the answers opens the door to learning, collaboration, and growth. The wealthy gardener recognizes that even the most fertile soil requires attention and guidance, and that no one succeeds in isolation. Embracing humility allows continuous improvement and deeper understanding. Decision-making is strengthened by wisdom. With experience, reflection, and knowledge, you learn to evaluate opportunities, manage risks, and prioritize effectively. You understand the long-term impact of choices and act with foresight, ensuring that every effort contributes to enduring prosperity rather than fleeting success. Balance is a key aspect of wisdom. Wealth, time, relationships, and personal growth must be harmonized. Just as a well-tended garden balances sunlight, water, and nutrients, your life requires equilibrium. Wisdom guides how to allocate energy, maintain focus, and nurture what truly matters, ensuring sustained growth. Finally, wisdom transforms abundance into legacy. It ensures that your efforts, resources, and knowledge create lasting impact. Prosperity guided by wisdom becomes meaningful wealth, a source of freedom, joy, and influence that extends beyond your own life. The legacy of wisdom turns hard work, focus, and generosity into something timeless and transformative. In the next chapter, we will explore the wealth of freedom. Freedom is the ultimate reward of disciplined effort and wise decisions. It allows you to live life on your own terms, pursue your passions, and share your abundance with the world. Freedom is the harvest that reflects both your diligence and the wisdom guiding it. Chapter 22. The Wealth of Freedom. Freedom is the ultimate reward of disciplined effort, focus, and wisdom. It is the ability to live life on your own terms, make choices aligned with your values, and pursue passions without constraint. The wealthy gardener understands that freedom is not simply the absence of financial need, but the presence of options, control, and peace of mind. Financial freedom is one aspect, but true wealth includes freedom of time, thought, and purpose. Money alone cannot guarantee happiness or fulfillment. Freedom ensures that your resources are used to create a meaningful, balanced, and joyful life. Like a garden that flourishes with proper sunlight and care, life thrives when freedom is nurtured and managed wisely. Discipline is the foundation of freedom. Without consistent effort, focus, and planning, freedom is temporary and fragile. The wealthy gardener invests daily effort in cultivating the soil, planting seeds, and tending plants, knowing that these actions compound over time to produce lasting abundance. Similarly, the habits and decisions you cultivate today lay the groundwork for your future independence. Time freedom is equally important. The ability to control your schedule, prioritize what matters, and avoid unnecessary obligations allows you to direct energy toward growth, relationships, and personal fulfillment. Time, once lost, cannot be recovered. Managing it wisely is one of the most powerful ways to achieve true freedom. Freedom also requires careful management of desires and expectations. The wealthy gardener resists the temptation to overconsume or accumulate for appearance's sake. By aligning spending, effort, and lifestyle with long-term goals, freedom becomes sustainable rather than fleeting. Simplicity and focus amplify the power of freedom. Responsibility accompanies freedom. The choices you make affect not only yourself, but also others and the garden of your life. Wise decisions, informed by patience, learning, and experience, ensure that freedom is maintained and multiplied. The wealthy gardener tends each plant thoughtfully, understanding that neglect or poor decisions can have long-term consequences. Finally, freedom allows contribution. When you are free, you can share your resources, wisdom, and time more effectively. Generosity and legacy flow naturally from independence, creating impact that extends beyond personal gain. The wealth of freedom is the culmination of disciplined effort, focused growth, and wisdom applied consistently over time. In the next chapter, we will explore the meaning of success. True success is more than wealth. It is fulfillment, purpose, and the ability to leave a positive mark on the world. Understanding success ensures that the freedom you cultivate is used wisely and leaves a lasting impact. Chapter 23. The meaning of success. Success is more than wealth, possessions, or recognition. True success is the alignment of effort, purpose, growth, and contribution. It is the fulfillment that comes from living intentionally, using your resources wisely, and leaving a positive impact on the world. The wealthy gardener measures success not just by harvest, but by the health and longevity of the garden itself. Success begins with purpose. Without clear goals and values, achievements feel hollow. The wealthy gardener plants each seed intentionally, knowing that the quality of care and focus determines the quality of the harvest. Similarly, when your actions are guided by meaningful purpose, your accomplishments carry weight and significance beyond personal gain. Growth is a key indicator of success. Success is not static. It is a process of continuous improvement. Skills, knowledge, relationships, and character must all expand over time. The gardener who continues to nurture the soil, even after a harvest, ensures that future seasons are fruitful. In life, success is measured by how much you grow, adapt, and learn through challenges and achievements. Contribution transforms success into legacy. True fulfillment arises when your efforts benefit not only yourself, but also others. Sharing wisdom, resources, and support multiplies the impact of your work. Just as a flourishing garden feeds both the gardener and the community around it, success is amplified when it serves a greater purpose beyond individual reward. Balance is essential. Success achieved at the cost of health, relationships, or integrity is fleeting. The wealthy gardener tends all aspects of the garden, soil, water, sunlight, and plant health, equally. In life, true success balances wealth, freedom, knowledge, and emotional well-being. Neglect in any area weakens the foundation and limits long-term prosperity. Reflection deepens understanding. Regularly examining achievements, failures, and processes ensures that success remains meaningful. Without reflection, accomplishments may be celebrated superficially, without understanding the lessons they provide. The gardener observes every season, learning from challenges to improve future results. Finally, success is sustainable when combined with generosity and wisdom. Sharing resources, mentoring others, and making thoughtful choices ensures that your achievements create lasting impact. The garden grows, flourishes, and inspires new life for years to come. True success is not merely what you accumulate, but what you create, nurture, and leave behind. In the next chapter, we will explore The Garden Grows On. This chapter reminds us that the work, lessons, and prosperity we cultivate continue to grow, evolve, and influence future generations, ensuring that the garden of our life remains vibrant, abundant, and meaningful long after the first harvest. Chapter 24. The Garden Grows On. The garden of life does not end with a single harvest. The seeds you plant, the care you give, and the wisdom you share continue to grow, evolve, and multiply long after the initial effort. The wealthy gardener understands that prosperity, once nurtured, can sustain and enrich generations, creating a legacy that extends far beyond personal gain. Growth is ongoing. Just as a garden cycles through seasons, your life requires continuous attention, learning, and adaptation. Success and wealth are not final destinations. They are stages in an enduring process. Each harvest creates opportunities for new seeds, new ideas, and renewed effort. The gardener who rests after one season prepares for the next, ensuring that abundance continues. The garden grows through contribution. Every act of generosity, mentorship, or shared wisdom plants seeds in others' lives. These seeds may grow in ways you cannot immediately see, creating impact that compounds over time. Your influence, guidance, and resources become part of a network of growth that extends far beyond your own efforts. Legacy is cultivated through values. Integrity, patience, focus, and generosity are the nutrients that sustain long-term prosperity. By living according to these principles, you ensure that your garden produces not only wealth, but also character, knowledge, and inspiration for others. Your actions today shape the environment in which future generations thrive. Adaptation is essential. Just as seasons change, circumstances, challenges, and opportunities shift over time. The wealthy gardener adjusts techniques, experiments with new approaches, and remains resilient in the face of uncertainty. Flexibility allows the garden to flourish regardless of external conditions, turning challenges into growth. Reflection and gratitude strengthen the garden. Appreciating each stage of growth, learning from mistakes, and celebrating achievements create a mindset of abundance and satisfaction. The gardener who values each step of the process ensures that future growth is intentional, joyful, and sustainable. Finally, the garden grows on because of stewardship. You are not only a beneficiary of the seeds planted and nurtured, but also a custodian for future growth. By caring for the soil, nurturing relationships, and sharing wisdom, you ensure that prosperity continues to expand, leaving a lasting imprint on the world. The work, lessons, and abundance of your life become a living ecosystem, resilient, vibrant, and ever-expanding. In the next section, we will conclude with the final conversation, reflecting on the journey of planting, nurturing, and harvesting wealth. This epilogue ties together the principles of focus, patience, generosity, learning, and legacy, reminding us that the true garden of life continues to grow long after the first harvest. Epilogue: the final conversation. As we reach the end of this journey, it is time to reflect on the lessons of the garden. Wealth, growth, and success are not destinations, but ongoing processes, cultivated carefully through focus, patience, learning, generosity, and wisdom. The final conversation reminds us that the principles we have explored are not abstract ideas. They are tools to shape a meaningful, abundant life. Every seed you plant has value, even when unseen. Small acts of discipline, learning, and generosity compound over time, creating outcomes far greater than the initial effort. The wealthy gardener tends each seed with care, understanding that growth takes time, and that patience is as important as effort. Similarly, your consistent actions, however modest, will produce lasting results. Focus remains central. Life is full of distractions and competing priorities. Attention directed deliberately toward your highest goals ensures that effort produces maximum returns. Focus, combined with patience, learning, and application, creates momentum, turning ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. Generosity and contribution transform prosperity into purpose. The garden flourishes not only because of the gardener's care, but also because it nourishes others. Wealth shared wisely creates ripples that extend far beyond your own life. Your knowledge, time, and resources become part of a larger ecosystem of growth and opportunity. Wisdom turns action into legacy. Decisions made thoughtfully, lessons learned from experience, and insights shared with others ensure that your impact endures. The wealthy gardener nurtures soil for future generations, understanding that prosperity is most meaningful when it benefits both present and future. Freedom is the reward of disciplined effort and wise choices. It allows you to live according to your values, pursue passions, and create opportunities without constraint. True wealth provides options, flexibility, and peace of mind, enabling you to focus not just on accumulation, but on living a fulfilled and intentional life. Finally, the garden grows on. Life's work, effort, and care extend beyond a single season or harvest. Your influence, legacy, and actions continue to produce results long after your immediate efforts. Each principle of the garden — focus, patience, learning, generosity, and wisdom — ensures that the abundance you cultivate endures, evolving and inspiring growth in others. The final conversation is a reminder that wealth is more than money. It is the result of character, discipline, clarity, and intention. It is the ability to grow, nurture, and share abundance while leaving a lasting mark on the world. Your life is your garden, and with care, attention, and purpose, it will continue to flourish season after season, creating prosperity, freedom, and meaning for yourself and generations to come.